Today on Paint Slinger, we're going to look at the miniatures from Zynvaded by We Have Issues. So let's grab our paints and our brushes and get ready to sling some paint. Welcome back. So today on Slinging Paint, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a look at the miniatures that come inside the Zynvaded game. It's a cute little game, and it comes in this really neat little takeout box. So you never know what you're going to get inside. But that's okay, because I know what we're going to get inside. I've already taken out a couple of miniatures, and I've primed one in black, and I primed one in white. And the reason for this is we're going to show you some tips and tricks to get these ready for the tabletop. Okay, so let's grab our paints and brushes and let's get ready to sling some paint. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these cool miniatures that come inside the box. I'll give you a little bit of a close-up view here. As you can see, it's got a heavy weapon, and you can't really pick out the details here in black. So let's go to our white one, and therefore you can see really what's going on. Because you can see all of the cool details and all of the cool oh wow, it's going to be such a pleasure to paint. There we got the heavy weapon here, and possibly what looks to be like a replaced arm with a mechanical arm. So, yay. Let's get into it, shall we? Most of the paints that I'm using are from the Citadel range, so we're going to start out with Jokero Orange. I'm not sure if that shows up terribly well, but it's going to be a nice base color. Make sure that you always dampen down your brushes. Use a pot of paint just to the side here. What I'm using is a medium layer. You can go ahead and use a larger brush if you'd like. Do really what you want to do. I like the medium layer brush. So what we're going to do here, I know you can't see a whole lot of what's going on because camera angles and so on and so forth, but that's okay. What I'm doing is I'm actually putting a little bit of the paint onto my palette just down here below. If I tip up the camera, maybe you can see. Yeah, the desk is a mess. So let's see here. Yeah, there it is. So I'm just kind of using the corner of my palette right here to put down a little bit of paint just to get us going. And I'll give you just a quick demonstration of how it looks between black and white primer. So if we go with the white primer is not going to allow you to make any mistakes. It's not going to allow you to make any kind of you can't say, oh, I forgot a piece. It's going to show. So what we're going to do here, as you can see, is we're going to throw down some of the orange base just on the back side here, on the nice big carapace. And you can kind of see the difference between the black and the white. Make sure we get it all nice and cooked in there. Now the reason why we're going with orange is because I actually contacted the makers of the game, and they told me that the orange was what their militia actually was. So we're gonna go with that theme, and we're just gonna kind of go with the orange, but we're gonna go a little bit further along in their timeline to where they're actually starting to replace different panels on their armor with the panels that their different factions are taking over. So for the white guys here, they're going to have white panels, obviously, and the black guys here, they're not actually going to have black panels. They're actually going to have green panels. But right now, we're just going to throw down some orange and get the original color of the armor going. So what you've seen here is I've done some of the orange. You can see how the orange kind of is nice and bright and just fantastic looking. But you can see I've done a couple of layers and made sure that we got into all the little nooks and crannies and crevices. Now with the black is a little bit more forgiving. The black will actually let you get away with a lot more, but it's also going to look completely different on the miniature. And again, we'll just do a nice quick coat here to give you an idea of what it all looks like. There we go. You can see it gives you the same basic color, but you're going to see there's a little bit of black showing through. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to keep your paints thin, and you're going to have to do 2 coats to get a good coverage. Sounds like somebody else that I know who's pretty good at painting. But while we're painting these miniatures, I'm actually going to take a moment. I'm going to actually take a look over the miniatures and see how they're done, because they actually look pretty good to me. There's a lot of detail in here. I'm not sure if you can really see it. So again, we'll go to the white guy so you can actually see. But there is actually quite a fair amount of detail right in here. You can see it's got. Now these do come in, these do not come pre-assembled. You do have to assemble them. Now unfortunately I cannot give you an idea of how they go together. These were given to me pre-assembled already. Perhaps in future episodes we'll have a chance to actually put together some of the miniatures. Maybe not these ones, but we'll have a chance to actually get some miniatures together. It'd be kind of fun, I think. What do you guys think? I think it would be pretty fun to put some of these, maybe not necessarily these guys together, but I think it would be kind of fun to put some miniatures together here and just show you all the different techniques and ways to get around certain things, and maybe we'll even, you know, I think it'd be kind of fun. Alright, so I've gone ahead and I've done a second coat of the orange on the back carapace of this large critter. And you can kind of see that it's starting to get, even with the white undercoat, it's kind of starting to get that more solid coat of orange. So now we're going to go back to the black, and you can kind of see that the black is still showing through in parts. You know, we got it showing through down at the bottom here, and not so much at the top, but that's okay. Because all we have to do is just add a little bit more paint, have some patience, and we'll get this thing looking smack dab good. Now, I've gone ahead and I've actually done some of the other guys in the box, and I've already done their coats of orange, just so you get a good idea, so we don't have to wait for these guys to dry. And you can definitely see, you know, let's see if that picks it up quite well. So you can see right there, I picked out a lot of the orange. I don't know, maybe it's picking me up, and that's fine. And there's off the black. See, side by side, you get a fairly consistent color. But the differences will come where you make color choices and color changes. So that's it for now. Tune in again, and maybe I'll have some more finished. I will have some more finished, and then we'll go on to the green. All right, thank you very much. Have a great day.